Elden Ring Nightreign has had a lot of changes recently with the solo changes and the Everdark Sovereigns being leaked as well as the current one being released. And you might want to come up with some of your best build guides you possibly can, especially with the Dark Drift Knight coming out on his harder version. Here's how we can prepare to be able to beat that. So if you play Recluse, you might know that while she does have a top scaling in intelligence, and her relics may make you think you should want to play an intelligence or sorceries based Recluse, which you can do to great success, I highly recommend you actually try playing the Faith Recluse build. Specifically, what you want to be looking for relics wise is stuff that says improved blank incantations. So in the clip you may see improved dragon cult incantations, but I also have a build with improved black flame incantations. Improved giant's flame incantations can actually destroy the Fissure and the Fog expedition. But lightning spear fully charged with Revenant with no relics does 325 damage. Recluse the same level, again, no relics, does the exact same 325 damage, which means that the Recluse is doing the exact same damage as the dedicated Faith character in the Revenant. So while you can start with the sorceries, which you're encouraged to do with a glintstone staff, you can actually use fire, lightning, or holy incantations, which with bosses with weaknesses like Dark Drift Knight is so much better. So starting off, like in this clip you might see here, I'm using improved Dragon Cult incantations 3 times. I've got other stuff on that's good too, but those are all second in priority. With 3 stacks of Dragon Cult incantations, you can see you'll be doing absolute dope tons of damage. I think my damage boost in this clip is over 50% because you get a 13 to 15% boost from my tests on your damage to your incantations when you used improved blank, or in this case Dragon Cult incantations. It would be the same for Black Flame, it'll be the same for everything else. So I do highly recommend that you go try this out. Other things you might want to look out for is improved stats upon beating Everjail prisoners, improved max FP for completing the rises, which you can get from the new table if you beat the Everdark Sovereign. But with this build, you'll be doing actual boat tons of damage. You may need to use the goblets from the Recluse Remembrance to be able to accomplish this, or do some buying of some randomized relics or completing some runs. But like other good things you might want is like generic face, +1, +2, +3. Lightning attack power up is a 4 to 5% damage increased, which is also really good. But yeah, number 1, improved Dragon Cult incantations here you're gonna see is a 12 to 13% boost in damage. Long story short, the more specific your relics are, again, least specific is Faith with like a 1, 2, 3% damage boost, 1% really, or lightning damage, which is maybe a 5% boost. The more specific you get, if you get specifically Dragon Cult incantation, that is a 13% damage boost for 1 relic slot, which is actually insane to start with. In terms of what spells you want to use, anything that you want, like Gravelstone Seal in typical Elden Ring might give you a 15% boost, but in Elden Ring Nightreign, it seems that dual wielding dragon seals or dual wielding black flame seals does not actually give you a damage boost. So just find something with the spell you want, upgrade it all of the way. To make this as consistent as possible, I'm going to show you every single location for finding your finger seals. To start, you can find spawn locations at the top floor of the mausoleums. So if you climb up the mausoleums via the scaffolding, you will find one of the guaranteed spawn locations for the seals. There's only going to be 1 per mausoleum, but that's where the first one can be. So if it's not in the other 2 locations, it's here. 1 is if there's the giant hole in the ground, it will always be down there by the boss fight, first thing on the right. This is the best variant if you're going for speed. And the next one is if you are entering from the front and you look at the left, you are going to see in the corner there are your seals right there. They'll be close to that chest that sometimes spawns behind the pedestal at the front. I think that's everything that you need to know to how to build a Faith Recluse build. I highly recommend you try Black Flame, Dragon Cult, Giant's Flame. Anything you can get these 3 on with some good extra buffs is going to be absolutely bonkers. I'm going to leave you with some gameplay, and feel free to check out my other videos. If you want to see more build guide videos, feel free to check me out. There'll be more to come for other characters. Let me know what characters you're interested in seeing, or if you want specific boss guides of how to beat like Adele or if you need help with the Everdark Sovereigns, or if you want me to stream, let me know. I'm very open to feedback. Thank you. Here's the clip.